So welcome everyone. Today is day two of the demo series on Business Analyst. Okay. So what we are trying to uncover in these 3-day demo series is basically to understand what to expect from a BA within the IT sector. Okay. We are not talking anything related to non-IT. Within IT sector, what a business analyst generally does. Okay. Now, as we get into the course, we will get into more details around those activities, and even we'll cover all the small activities that a BA will take care of. We will also try to go through how the course has been structured at Harsha Training in order to ensure that you get the necessary knowledge with respect to what you have to do as a BA. Okay. And then once we have a fair bit of understanding, we will go on to understand differences between business analyst and scrum master, business analyst and data analyst, some of the commonly misused terms where people get confused. Okay. And then at the end, we will try to discuss the impact of artificial intelligence on BA specific roles only. Okay. Now, out of all this, yesterday we we covered this on day one. Okay. Today is day two, and we will be starting from here. And then you can see these topics, we will park them for day three. Okay. Now, before we move ahead, I just want to remind everyone that in case, you can ask your questions during the live class. In case if you have queries or questions that you don't want to ask during the class but want to ask after the class, you can reach out to us on this number. You can contact us on this number and then we'll be able to resolve your queries or doubts. Now coming back to our day two part. Okay. Now what kind of course have we prepared at Harsha Trainings to help you guys understand the different aspects related to business analyst? Okay, so we'll try to go over this presentation today. And in this presentation, we will try to cover the different topics that are necessary. Okay. Now I'll be your trainer for this course. Okay. My name is Rahul Kumar Dubey. Okay. I have approximately 16 years of experience within IT sector. I started working as a developer and then gradually transitioned into BA role, and then from BA into an product owner, and now working as a product architect. Okay.
उनको बोल दिया गोश्त के वास्ते गोश्त लेके आ गए थे तुम लोग।
हाँ चावल चढ़ाना है।
हाँ चावल चढ़ाना।
Next is this is the part that we covered in yesterday.
5 पाउंड गोश्त बोला, मटन 3 पाउंड बीफ बोला।
Okay. So this is the part that we covered in yesterday. What to expect from a business analyst, okay? Working as a liaison between the stakeholders and your development team or the technical team. Okay? Working as a problem solver. This doesn't necessarily mean that you always have to have a solution. Okay? What this basically means is you should have an attitude of solving problems. Okay? So, say for example, I have an issue wherein the people are concerned about the security of my software. Okay? Does that mean I go out and find out which is the best security analyst, what are the best security algorithms? I have my technical team. Okay, I can connect with them, try to understand what are the different security options we have available. How do we ensure that our applications become more and more secure? Okay, in that I don't have to necessarily have the knowledge about what are the world's best security algorithms, how do we implement them, what kind of coding knowledge should I have. Okay, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. What you have to worry about is am I someone who is trying to find problem or faults in everything, or am I driving towards identifying a solution to a problem? Then these points we already covered yesterday, that as a BA you'll be spending a lot of your time on requirement gathering and analysis, preparing requirement documentation based on the inputs that you gather, like requirement modeling, requirement prioritization, stakeholder management, okay, and the requirement itself. Okay. Then you should have good hold and you'll be like talking to a lot of stakeholders. Okay. So we will during the course also go through some of these steps that you can take in order to enhance your stakeholder management skills. Okay, like how do we ensure that we talk to people? And I believe that right throughout the course, instead of telling you what to do, what are the different steps, okay, I'll also be sharing with you live examples. Okay, now, what you will be surprised or amazed that as a BA, that a lot of basic stuff is mentioned. Okay. Now, to be honest with you guys, within IT sector, it's easy to gain skills. Okay, it's easy to gain knowledge. Okay, that the challenging part is not learning something. The challenging part is implementing that knowledge on a frequent basis. Okay, for example, I can talk nicely to you guys for 1 day, 2 days, let's say max for 1 week. After 1 week, it will be difficult for me to talk nicely to you. Okay, so talking nicely, politely to someone we all know is a good habit. Okay, but if we don't have that habit of talking nicely and politely to people, what will happen? We will be nice and polite for let's say 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, or 2 weeks. Okay, but after 2 weeks, we will get back to our original routine. Okay, that's where the challenge comes. As a BA, you have to be nice and polite, not just for 1 or 2 weeks, but for 365 days, year after year. Okay. And that is where the challenging part will come for you guys. Okay. Other than that, all the knowledge part, we are there to help you. Okay. We are there to guide you on step by step. How do we move forward? Okay. But that will not be the challenging part. The challenging part will be implementing that knowledge day in, day out. Now, before we move further, okay, some of you guys might have a question that I am from non-IT sector. Okay, I don't understand software development. Should I enroll for this course or not? Okay, we briefly covered this in our yesterday's class as well. But to reiterate, having knowledge of IT sector, having knowledge of software development process will definitely be an added advantage. Okay, it's an added advantage, not the only criteria. What is needed for you to be thinking about BA is you should have some level of experience. Okay, unfortunately, for business analyst roles, a lot of companies they don't prefer freshers. When I say freshers means people who are fresh out of college, like people who will be completing their graduation or post graduation in the year 2025. Okay, so if you don't have any work experience at all, probably a lot of companies might not even consider you. But if you are someone who has experience in IT sector and want to switch roles, or you are someone who has experience in non-IT sector and want to get into IT sector, okay, if you have any kind of experience, you can still continue to work as a BA. Okay, or you can think about enrolling into the course and then continuing your journey as a business analyst. Now, other than prerequisites, there are certain myths around BA. Okay. Now I explained this one freshers. Okay. So people often have doubt. Fresher means college freshers. Okay. Not people, not with people who don't have IT experience. Okay. Some people say that because I don't have IT experience, so I'm considering myself as fresher in IT. Okay. You're not a complete fresher. You have some experience, whether in banking, manufacturing sector, or some different sector. You have some experience, it's just that it's not related to IT, okay? So you're not completely fresher. The second is coding background, okay? As we discussed yesterday about software development process, okay? So a BA contributes majorly on the requirement parts in the software development life cycle, okay? So in the requirements part, you don't necessarily need coding knowledge. Okay. Now again, it's up to completely your interest. Okay. If you want to learn coding as a BA, you can. There's no one who will be stopping you. Okay. But is it the mandatory criteria? Is it extremely needed? Absolutely not. Okay. Then some technical background. Okay. So people say that I'm not like having any technical background. So does that mean that I should not go ahead with business analyst course? Okay. So that's not the case. Okay. Any person who works in software development is considered as technical person only. Okay. So it's just that my contribution area could differ from a developer. Okay. Generally, what we say is I don't code, so I'm not a technical person. And someone who is doing coding is a technical person. Okay. But that's not how things work in the IT industry. Okay. In the IT industry, everyone who contributes towards the product development or software development has a technical knowledge. Okay. So it's just that my contribution area is different. I contribute in terms of requirements. A developer contributes in terms of coding as per the requirement. A tester or a QA contributes as per like testing the software built by the developer. Okay, so everyone's contribution area is different, but we all come with our own technical expertise in our own domains. Okay. Now, before I step forward, I just want to like take a pause here, see from you guys if you have any questions.
Yeah, have big question.
జ్యోతి పేరు వాళ్ళ అడిగాడు ఒక లెక్క ఉంటుంది నిన్న అడుగుతారు మళ్ళీ వర్తిస్తారు.
Hi, sir. This is Tejaswini.
Hi, Tejaswini.
Sir, is this course okay for entry level or mid level job for a business analyst?
Yes, so this course will prepare you from entry level till mid level BA jobs only. Okay.
Okay.
Once you get to work as BA, then you can move into more senior level jobs as BA, like working as a lead business analyst or working as a product owner.
Okay. So they consider freshers, so they will give a job for freshers, and is that okay to crack the interview for this particular job role? And I can see the job market is not well. So I just wanted to check, is that okay, and we can still work on it and learn the course and go ahead.
So you are right, Tejaswini. Currently,
Yes.
the job market is not as per the expectations. Okay, so I'll not
Yes.
say it is bad, but it
Mm.
is not as per the expectations. See, we want our salaries to grow every year. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
if it does not grow, that does not mean I am earning 0 rupees. Okay, it
Yes.
just
Yeah.
means my salary did not grow means I will be unhappy that it did not grow. I'm still getting something, but I'm not getting a higher amount. Okay. So the same thing is currently with the job market as well. Okay. We are expecting to create more jobs every year. Okay. Suppose till
Yes.
last year, if we had 10,000 jobs, this year it
Mm.
should be 15,000. But what is happening is last year we had 10,000 jobs. This year also we are having 10,000 jobs only.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
career
there are
gap or fresher, technical, not non-technical, whatever it may be, it will take some time, but we can still get a job as a business analyst.
correct. But if you are a complete fresher, like if you are fresh out of college, you don't have
Mm.
any work experience at all, okay,
Okay.
then your journey could be longer. Why longer?
Okay.
You might have to enroll for some internship programs. You have to reach out
Okay.
to organizations, ask for internship. They will give you
Okay.
6 months, 7 months internship. Then using that internship, you can actually ask for an actual job.
Okay, so you say like that if you are not getting a job, is it's easy to get an opportunity as an intern. It is good for learn and gain more skills practically. You mean to say that?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So do you provide any guidance like getting on to the internship, any referrals like that?
Yeah, there are a lot of, if you are in India, there are a lot of websites, particularly one that has been famous is, I'm just pinging it in the chat. Okay.
Sure,
So
sure, sir. Yeah.
internshala.com. If you go there, you can look for job opportunities within specific areas, whether you are looking for remote internship or in-person internship. Then
Okay.
basically, based on that, you can apply. The only criteria is they look for college freshers. Okay, they don't look for experienced people. Suppose if you have
Okay.
10 years of experience and now you
Hmm.
are looking for an internship in BA, then they
Hmm.
might not like hire you or refer you or consider you also.
Okay. Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi, sir. So I have a quick question.
yes, go ahead, Usman.
I'm audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Go ahead, Usman.
Okay. Sir, we the some of product-based companies they also doing the uh, IBM certified BA, a specific BA into uh, those who work and get a good growth. We work as a BA. Do you want to go for specific BA or shall I go with regular BA, which can handle all the projects at time?
So, sorry, Usman. Guys, is it just a problem with my network? Is anyone able to hear
No,
what
no, we
Usman?
can't hear, sir. His voice is breaking.
Hi, sir. Actually, I'm Meghna. I have a doubt regarding this.
Yeah, Meghna.
Yes, actually, I just passed my graduation in 2019. In the middle 2 years after that, I have joined MBA. And right now, I'm planning to do BA and all. So, is it okay that if I take this course and learn after that, as a fresher, do I able to get a job and what are the package that I'm going to get?
So, Meghna, if you already did your MBA and you did your MBA in like IT, something related to IT or non-IT.
I have done my MBA in HR and marketing.
Okay. So, if you have done your MBA into a non-IT field like this one, HR and marketing, okay, so what I would suggest or recommend to you is that instead of applying as a fresher into IT BA, you apply as like inexperienced candidate with 1 or 2 years. I think you completed your MBA in 2021, 22. So,
My MBA I've completed 2000 this year, Jan, Feb.
okay, this year only. Yeah, then if you are if you completed this year, then you can look for some internship opportunities. Okay. So because your MBA stream is not directly related to IT, so I am not sure actually how many companies will consider that. Companies definitely consider MBA. Okay, MBA is one of the criterias, but then in MBA they look for specific streams like IT business analyst or IT service management. Okay, something related to IT sector, IT project management, something you did related to IT, using which they can get you into a business analyst role directly. But if you did in non-IT, then I would recommend that you start with some internship opportunities.
In internship, what I wanted to do actually, according to BA, or you want me to do other sector?
Related to BA only.
BA only, okay.
Yes. If you want to become a BA, there's no point in, doing internship in other sector. Okay. So,
Okay.
or the
I
other
have
path,
done my course from upgrad. It's a product management course. So certification program I have done.
okay. So,
Yes.
but I think they don't offer any uh, placement support directly.
Okay.
The other path, Meghna, could be slightly longer, like it might take 1 year or so, but
Okay.
that's again an option. So, since you have done your MBA in HR and marketing, so you can try to join as an HR in one of the IT sector companies. Okay.
Okay.
So that way you will be closer to the IT sector and you can try for internal switching, like from an HR to an IT professional. If you join an IT company, if you join a non-IT company, then the internal transition will not happen. But if you
Okay.
join an IT company, you can try for an internal switching, talking to your managers, senior managers, that you are more interested or your skills are more inclined towards BA and that you want to work over there.
Okay. Is
But
it that
again,
Harsha is available? Like, can you do all these things? Like, help me out with this program and all, or you want me to do by my own?
no, we will definitely guide you, okay, with all your questions. It's just that it's your objective. So depending on how much time you are ready to give, like internships, they are readily available for freshers. Okay, but then internship, you'll get 6 to 7 month internship or 3 to 4 month internship. If it is 3 to 4 months, you might have to do 2, 3 internships. If it is 6 to 7 months internship, probably one will be enough. Okay. So once you have the internship, you can show it as an experience that I worked in some company as a BA for 6, 7 months. Okay.
Okay.
Most of the time, the company offering you internship, they might convert you. If it's a big company, they might convert you into a full-time employee by themselves itself.
Okay.
Okay. So that will be the straightforward path for you. But in case if that's not happening, then the secondary option, that's where I said like you try to join a company as an HR, IT company as an HR, spend some 1 year over there, build relationships or rapport both in your domain, HR domain, plus the IT part, and then convince your manager to move you into IT from HR, which will be slightly longer route for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I mentioned, it's completely your decision which one you want to like. It depends on how much time frame you have, by when do you want to start working, but we are always available to help you, guide you, okay, with respect to wherever transition you want to make. But because you are a fresher, so I don't want to give you false hopes that, definitely go ahead, enroll in this course and you will get lot of job opportunities.
Okay.
Okay, it's slightly difficult as a fresher to land a job into BA role. Okay, because you are in client facing role. Okay, a BA is a client facing person. So in client facing roles, companies look for some sort of experience, that you have experience handling people, talking to people. Okay, they don't want complete freshers, okay, trying to like disturb the relationship with the client. Okay, client is
Yeah.
the one giving the money. So if you
Yes.
don't handle a client well, your job might be at risk then.
Because I'm planning for 1 year. So then my target is 1 year. So within 1 year, I just wanted to settle. So with a nice package and all. So which you could suggest for me to do this or the other one?
I'll suggest you to start with the internship part. Okay.
Okay.
See if you can land some internship opportunities. If you get into internship role, then you definitely start with this course parallelly. Okay.
Okay.
If you start with this course, you don't get an internship, then again, there's no point in, as a fresher, when you are not earning money. it's not ideal that you invest so much of money where you're not able to make money out of it. So
Okay.
look for internship. If you land internship opportunities, okay, then we can go ahead with this course.
Do you have a tie-up with other people so that we can go and have internship with them? Do you have like that?
Yeah, I think that question might be better answered if you call on this number. Okay, so I'm working as a trainer here. So
Okay.
maybe someone from Harsha Trainings, they might be able to guide you in the appropriate direction in terms of their tie-ups.
Okay. Definitely, I'll get back to them and I'll ask this query with them.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else, guys, before we go ahead? Okay, I'll take the silence as no, and let's go ahead. So this is how we have structured the course. Okay, so like I said, there might be people who are transitioning from a non-IT sector into IT. Okay. So we start our course with the very basic information, like understanding what IT sector is, what are the different roles within the sector, okay, what are the different people you will be interacting with, what to expect from those people, what to expect from you as a BA, okay, what kind of work you will be handling, what is software development life cycle, what are different phases involved in it. Okay, because a lot of discussions will be happening around that software development life cycle. Okay? So the first week or first 2 weeks will be focusing on the introduction part so that people who are transitioning from non-IT to IT, it helps them. If you're already from the IT sector, it kind of helps you revise your concepts. Okay? Then we shift gears and now we start talking with specific roles that a BA will be doing. Okay? For example, how do you manage stakeholders? Okay? What are the different categories of stakeholders? What kind of interactions do you have with different categories of stakeholders? What to expect out of those conversations? What are the different stakeholder management techniques? Okay? And how do you get requirements while having conversation with your stakeholders? Okay, so different line items related to requirements, like how to write a requirement, how do we measure or assess effectiveness of a requirement, how do we create requirement documents, what is requirement modeling, how do we go ahead with requirement prioritization. Once we understand all these concepts, then we go ahead with the agile part. Right now, the organizations are working in the agile way. Within agile, we will be particularly focusing on Scrum framework. Okay. So we will again spend 1 or 2 days understanding Scrum so that you are comfortable with the terms that are being used in Scrum. And then we discuss on how to write Epic, how to write a user story, and then how do we connect our user story to the requirements that we have collected. Okay. So that way you can do end-to-end tracking. Okay. Now, while going through this entire course, we have some exercises planned. Okay. So at every meaningful stoppages, we have exercises for you or assignments for you to go back and practice. Okay. Many a times it happens that during the class, we think that we understood everything. Okay. But when we go back, we actually realize that there are certain things that I did not understand. Okay. So how will we know that? When we go through these exercises or assignments. Okay. So every class, we start with the assignments first. Okay. We review the assignments, we review the questions from the yesterday's class. Okay. Once those are clarified, then we move ahead with the current day's topic. Okay. So again, and at the towards the end of the class, we again spend some time answering questions. Okay. So that way you have good amount of time reaching out to us in terms of asking your questions. Okay. Now, along with this, the entire course, we will take an example, okay, and we will try to take that example through multiple stages so that you understand the different aspects related to the same example. Okay, how do we gather requirement? How do we convert it into a requirement document? Okay. And then parallelly, we will be giving you an example for you to practice as well. Okay. So that way you feel comfortable with all the concepts that we are teaching you. Now, during this entire course, we will be covering Jira. Okay. So when we talk about user stories and Epic, okay, so we log them into a tool called Jira. Okay. So as part of this course, we will teach you only the necessary aspect for a business analyst. Okay. The goal is not to make you an expert on Jira tool. The goal is to make you understand Jira tool from a business analyst perspective. Okay. So what are the different options that you will be utilizing? How to use those options? How to create stories? Okay. All those kind of stuff. Okay. Along with that, we will also be covering a Draw IO tool, which will help you prepare your requirement models, or in simple language, the flow chart. Okay. In addition to this, you also require to have knowledge on Microsoft Office, things like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. But that is out of scope for this course. We will not be teaching you Microsoft Office over here, but it is expected that you already know these tools, okay, because there will be assignments where you'll have to create a requirement document, which will be in a Microsoft Word. We will be working on RACI metrics, which will be on Microsoft Excel. So it is expected that you already have a working knowledge for these tools. And just to quickly cover the timelines part, okay, so we have mentioned that the entire course will be structured into 5 weeks, okay, but don't think that we are on a some sorry, uh, don't be under any assumption that we will be trying to wrap up the entire course within 5 weeks. Okay, this is for an illustration purpose only. Okay, the amount of time that is generally taken in the course is between 5 to 8 weeks. Okay, why do I give a range and not a specific time? Because it depends on students as well. Okay, sometimes students will have more doubts, more questions, more support is needed to train them. So there will be days when no topic is taught in a given day because students had doubts, queries which needed to be resolved. Okay? So depending on how many questions you ask, if you don't ask any questions, if you just say, yes, we understood everything, we might sail through this entire course and finish it off in 5 to 6 weeks. Okay? But if you have questions, doubts, which you should have, that's the whole purpose of enrolling or going ahead with the course is to ask questions. Okay? Because you are afraid of asking questions in your job, that what people might think of you. Okay. So the whole idea is to ask questions. If you ask questions, it may take up to 7 to 8 weeks to wrap up the course. Okay. Any questions so far with respect to timelines, tools, the content of the course?
Sir, is the course for 2 months, sir?
Yes.
Okay, like 1 hour session, right? Daily?
1 hour session daily on weekdays only, Monday to Friday. Okay. No classes on
Okay,
Saturdays and Sundays.
okay, got it.
Unless suppose if we miss on a weekday and everyone agrees that we can have a class on Saturday or Sunday, then we can have. Otherwise, Monday to Friday, 1 hour every day. Okay, so moving forward, now at the end of this course, okay, what we expect you to like the kind of skills or knowledge that we want to implant in you is to be able to manage your stakeholders, learn how to elicit requirements from the stakeholders, okay? Understand about different techniques, elicitation techniques that you have at your disposal. How do we create a document? Okay? how do we handle this entire requirement life cycle? Okay, how do we start with the process? How do we conclude or end the project? Okay, and then what do we do with the next one? Okay, that's the essential skill that we want to implant in you. Now, while you have these skills in you, it is also important to prepare for the job interviews. Okay, so what we will do is during or once the course is about to end, I will share with you a list of interview questions. Okay, the most commonly asked interview questions for business analyst interviews. Okay. Now, the idea is that you prepare for those questions based on the topics that we have covered. Okay. Now, again, how we want to conduct mock interviews is completely up to students. If students decide that they want to have an individual round of mock interview, we can do that. If students decide that they want to have the questions being discussed in a group, then we can discuss it as a group, okay, where students tell what answers they are thinking of the question, and then I give my feedback. So we can discuss it together as a group. We can discuss it one to one. Okay. We can even post the course is over. We can still connect with you and conduct few additional mock interviews for you. Okay. In addition to that, we will also give you a couple of case studies. Okay. So that whatever concepts we have learned right throughout the training program, as part of that case study, you can apply those concepts. And wherever you are stuck or you still have any doubts, you can reach out to us. Okay. So there's no better way to understand how much knowledge you have than actually applying it. Okay. So this case study is over and above the assignments that we will be doing. Okay. Then the next topic that we have is certification. Okay. So yesterday, one of the student was asking question on certification, whether certifications are mandatory. Should I go for certifications? Is it necessary for me to do a certification? Okay. So it completely depends on the geographical area you belong to. So for example, currently in India, there are not lot of emphasis on certifications, okay, particularly for business analyst roles. Okay, so I would say approximately 80 to 85% companies, they don't look for any certification. Okay, remaining 10 to 15% companies, they ask for certifications. Okay, so when majority of the companies are not looking for certification, so again, it's my personal recommendation, I don't recommend students going in for certifications unless it is absolutely mandatory. Like you want to apply, let's say, in in a company called Salesforce. Okay, you want to apply in Salesforce, and in Salesforce company, the certification is mandatory. But Salesforce is your dream company. You don't want to lose that opportunity. Okay, so in that case, you can definitely go ahead with the certification. Once the course is over, we are preparing you for entry level or ECBA. Okay, ECBA is entry level business analyst certification. CCBA is mid level business analyst certification. Okay, CBAP is an expert level business analyst certification. Okay, so it is not recommended that you go for CCBA or CBAP directly, because when you do these certifications, the expectation is higher from you. Okay, any kind of certification that you do, the company always expects higher work from you. Okay? So if you want to go for certification, if you feel it's mandatory in your area where you are applying for jobs, after the course is over, you can go ahead with ECBA certification. Please note that we are not providing any kind of certification. This is external. Okay, so you need to register, pay money there, and then enroll for the certification. Okay, but my personal recommendation is not to have certifications. You should start your job. Once you start your job, spend some 7, 8, 9 months in your job, and then ask the organization to sponsor your certification. Okay, so that way you will have some practical experience within the company. You will have an idea whether you want to continue as a BA or not. Plus, the company will pay for your certification. Okay. So this is at a very high level how the ECBA certification, how many questions will be there, the time frame for the exam. Okay. Please note that these certifications are not lifetime. Okay. They are valid only for 3 years, which means if you do an ECBA today, it will be valid for 3 years from now. After 3 years, you again will have to pay some money or appear for CCBA or CBAP certification in order to renew it. Now, in addition to the certifications offered by IIBA like ECBA, CCBA, and CBAP, there are some other certifications that are offered by the Scrum Alliance as well, like Certified Scrum Product Owner. Okay. You can go for those certifications as well. But like I said, it is advisable if the certifications are mandatory in the company that you want to apply. Okay. If it is not mandatory, I will not recommend going for certifications directly. Okay. Now, other than certifications, I just want to cover one more topic, the career growth, and then I'll stop for any questions. Okay. So people often they want to choose a path which can offer them career growth or professional growth. Okay. So business analyst is one such domain where you can actually grow your career substantially. Okay, so you can start with an entry level job. Okay, for example, where you are taking help from your seniors, still trying to get yourself acquainted with how a business analyst works. Okay, so you're still trying to learn a lot of things. Okay, that's where we will try to place you. Okay, so once you complete the course will give you knowledge wherein you can easily demonstrate 2 to 4 years of experience as a BA. Okay. So, but it will not give you like 10 years of experience. The course is only to ensure that you fall into the bracket of 2 to 4 years of experience range. Okay. Then as you work through BA, as you handle couple of projects under your belt, okay, as you become more confident in handling the activities all by yourself, you get into mid-level jobs, okay, which is where now you are working independently. Okay, you require guidance, but not every time, sometimes. Okay, most of the work is done by you independently. You are also ready to guide and train your juniors as well, entry level people. Okay, which is where when you get more experience you get into senior level. Okay, so senior level will be getting into roles like product owner and product manager, which is where now you are no longer handling small projects, you are accountable for a product as a whole. Okay, so you are looking for how to ensure that the product stay up to date, what new features to add into the product. Okay. So those are more into management kind of roles where you are responsible for deciding the vision for the product. Okay. If you still continue to work in IT, probably you will now get into a leadership level roles. Okay. So after product owner, product manager, maybe you will try to become like director, VP, senior VP, getting into the leadership level roles. Okay. With that, we come to the end of our presentation, guys, for today. Any questions so far?
Sir, just now I have gone through the PDF of this course contents shared by the team. So
Mhm.
when I look at that, sir, we have different topics and tools. This Agile and Scrum, is it a tool, sir, or a language?
So we call it methodology or framework. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
for like consider it like this. Okay. So suppose you want to go for shopping. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you a process that first look into your home and try to find out what you want to buy. Once you identify that list, note it down.
Hmm.
Take that list and go to identify a market where you want to go for shopping. Okay.
Okay,
Then take the list with you, do the shopping, come back. Okay. So
okay,
this process does not mean you have actually done the shopping. This process is only to ensure that you follow step by step guides.
Okay.
Okay. So same thing is with Agile or Scrum. Okay. So
Oh,
Agile or Scrum will only give you guidance on how to build a software.
okay, got it. So I am attending this Power BI SQL session also. Yesterday I missed your class. So after attending those two classes only I can decide which is good. So comparatively, Power BI and Business Analyst, which is easy to understand and which is easy to get into the job. The person like me who has a career gap and I'm worked in Genpact like accounts and finance department. So which is more suitable? What you can suggest me in that case?
So see, when it comes to like deciding a career path,
Mm.
uh, I would suggest that you pick based on your interest. Okay.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
you have a long career in front of you. If you are only left with 5 years into retirement, 6 years into retirement, I
Hmm.
will say come into BA. But I'm
Okay.
sure you have at least 25, 30 years of job in front of you. Okay.
Okay.
So for the next 20, 25 or 30 years, you
Hmm.
want to be in a domain where you can survive for long. Okay. So people get
Okay.
into Power BI, SQL, and then
Hmm.
realize that, there is a lot of coding involved in SQL. I cannot learn
Yes.
that coding.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then if you come into BA has its own challenges. Okay. So you have to
Okay.
like handle multiple people. Sometimes that becomes a headache that I have to
Okay.
continuously be in meetings, talking to multiple people, trying to remember each and everything.
Okay.
So
Okay.
each one comes with its own challenges. It will be nice if you like decide your interest. If you are interested in coding part, I'm not saying Power BI SQL will have lot of coding. There will
Hmm.
be a good amount of coding, but if you are interested in coding, then definitely go there.
Okay. Okay. Got
But
it.
if you are
Yes.
not interested in coding, the simple answer would be then BA.
Okay. So, do we use any tools in business analyst? As you mentioned, only MS Office and Jira, I guess.
Jira, Draw.io, yes. These will be the
Okay.
more than enough tools.
For a beginners, it is easy to understand. Like,
Correct. For beginner who is not interested in coding. For example, I said in the starting of the today's demo series, day two, I said
yes.
I come from a development background. Okay. So for
Okay.
me, I know how to work as a BA. Plus, I equally I'm like good at writing SQLs, Power BI, those kind of stuff. Okay? So again, it suits based on the interest. Okay? The reason why I learned multiple things is if there is less opportunity in Power BI SQL, I can work as BA. If there is less opportunity in BA, I can get into Power BI SQL part.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Okay, if no questions, guys, remember this was day two of the demo series. We have day three as well. So we will be connecting tomorrow at the same time and we will be going over these topics to understand differences between a business analyst, scrum master, business analyst, data analyst, and how is AI impacting the work that a BA does? So what to make out of the artificial intelligence, use it, or is it going to take away the job as well? So we will discuss those topics in our tomorrow's class, and tomorrow will be the final day of our demo series. Okay. If you have any questions that you want to ask offline,
Hello,
reach
sir.
us on this number. Yeah, go ahead, Usman.
Yeah, actually, I just asked the question, right? Do you want to go with a regular BA, or do you want to be a specific to get a more jobs in it, like SAP business analyst, yes, Salesforce business analyst, uh, IBM business analyst? Which one is have a good growth?
So if you already know Salesforce, or if you already are aware of, let's say, Pega, PRPC, okay, then you can look for domain specific BAs, like I'm a Pega BA, I'm a Salesforce BA, okay, because you already know the tool itself. Now, if you are someone who is starting from scratch, who doesn't know what Pega is, what Salesforce is, what will happen is now you have to learn what a BA does. Plus, you have to understand the basics of Pega, or basics of Salesforce, or basics of any other tool. Okay. Now, learning two to three things at the same time can sound difficult. Plus, it will be difficult to convince the interviewer that you know both at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
So, if you already know Salesforce, or if you already know Pega, then you can become a Pega BA or a Salesforce BA. It will be easier for you. The transition will be easier. But if you are someone who is completely new, who doesn't know what Salesforce is, what Salesforce even does, or what Pega does, then what will happen is you will be asking too much from yourself. So you need to learn a little bit of Pega. I'm not saying you should be an expert on Pega, but you should have a
Yeah.
good understanding of what Pega does, plus a good understanding of what a BA does, and then combine the two and give interview. So in interview now
Okay.
you'll have to remember two different things. So if you're
Sir, I just
starting,
want to know, the Salesforce administration is enough for to be a BA in Salesforce?
yes, but there will be limited opportunities. If you look for from a software development perspective, you are kind of restricting yourself when you only want to work as a Salesforce B, unless your goal is to get into Salesforce organization only, that is my
Okay.
dream company, then definitely. But what happens is there are a lot of opportunities for a BA outside of Salesforce, outside of Pega as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, got it.
So if you're starting fresh, if you don't know Salesforce, don't know Pega, then I'll say go with either Salesforce or Pega or BA, but not don't combine all of them.
Mm, got it. I got clarification now.
Sure. So any
Thank you
other
so much, sir.
questions, guys? No problem, Usman. Okay, I'll take the silence as no. So guys, if you get any questions at a later point, you can reach out to us on this number, and we will connect tomorrow at the same time, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, for the day 3 of this demo series. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.